Greetings, YouTube community, sports fans nationwide. You've entered the Sports Opinion Log. I'm your host / your boy Lex Anderson. You've entered Lex Anderson World. Just give me 10 minutes and I will give you the sports world. And in this case, it's NCAA. The Elite Eight has now become the Final Four. And yes, we are the champions because guess what? If North Carolina ain't getting it, the Duke Blue Devils ain't getting it. Final score, Michigan State University, MSU, woo! 68. Duke, woo! 67 is your final score. No look passes. Hey, how about missed free throws? I had talked about it in one of my earlier videos, previous videos. I said that RJ Barrett wasn't all that. I said that RJ Barrett isn't big time. I said he's not made for the big moment. And what does he do? He backs me, the prophet, up, missing one of two free throws with seconds left to spare, and Duke finally goes down. Their last two games were just horrible because they advanced over the incompetence of UCF and Virginia Tech. But thank you. Salutes. A tip of the cap to Michigan State University. Shout out to the MSU fans. Thank you guys. Thank the fans. Thank the organization. Thank Tom Izzo. I thank the players for doing what the previous two failed to do, and that showed the hated, reviled Duke Blue Devils the motherfucking door. They're out of here. Woo! So much history. So much new teams in the Final Four now. It's a totally revitalized, reborn, renewed Final Four. The nationwide sports leader gave us second chance brackets. I blew mine in my girls' family bracket. Somehow I'm in second place. I don't know how because North Carolina's gone. But let's see what we got here. Sports historian, NCAA sports historian, Lex Anderson is here to let y'all know what happens. Michigan State is now in the Final Four for the 8th time under Tom Izzo, who beat Coach K for only the second time out of the last 13 meetings and the second time in 7 NCAA tournaments. Izzo also is in the Final Four for the 8th time in his career, which is the same thing which I just said. And he tied Coach K for what would have been a record 13th appearance. Off they go to Minneapolis. Whew. Okay. Zion Williamson, 24 points, 14 rebounds. Barrett, 21 points. But he needed 22. So they could have potentially forced overtime. But we're not going to deal with what coulda, what shoulda, what woulda. We're going to deal with the here, the now, and the reality. And the reality is that the Duke reviled, hated their fans, which Black America, Black Duke, where do you guys go now? I had made a video about it previously, which you could just check. Why would Black America, why would people of color, why would they cheer for Duke, a team that's been known to have white elitist player? Their culture is white elitist. Got it thrown a couple of dark-skinned African-American kids, work with a couple of one-and-dones, and all of a sudden Coach K is being lauded as the greatest thing since sliced bread. And I'm making this video now because I just want to see and hear with my own 4 eyes and 2 ears what he had to say. And Coach K is talking that bullshit about how, it was a great season nonetheless. Oh, yeah, sure it is. Sure, yeah, right. Cover Sports Illustrated, brackets across America have been busted because Duke has been eliminated. So I don't want to hear this bull. We won't even get into Las Vegas and all the money being lost and all the secondary busted brackets hosted by the nationwide sports leader, which will probably have to throw up a third chance sports bracket, which I have no interest in participating in, as UNC is done. So I am done, and evil truly never dies. But for one game, for one day, for one night, they can be eliminated. And that happened tonight on March 31st, 2019. I present to you, sports fans nationwide, in the annals of sports history, when they go back and search YouTube, Let they find this video by Lex Anderson that tonight the Duke Blue Devils have been eliminated in the Elite Eight. They couldn't even get to the goddamn Final Four, so I don't want to hear about Coach K and it was a great season and how much fun it was and how MSU is such a great organization with great players and how great a coach Tom Izzo was. As far as I'm concerned, Coach K's post-game press conference loss came 2 games too late for my taste. The fact that they were even winning those games by such slim, by such small, by such narrow margins showed me and showed the world that they were never going to be fit to be NCAA men's champions. And you can label me as a hater. That's fine. I will wear that crown with pride the way I wear my North Carolina fitted, which I get from Hatland.com. Because when you know who you are, when you stand in front of this camera speaking the truth and the stats that are my sword and shield, you fear no man. You fear no enemy. You just keep making great fucking videos and you just keep marching forward into the world, letting everybody know that Duke was a fluke. They never had great character. They never had championship pedigree. They had nothing but a hot, flash in the pan Zion Williamson, dunker extraordinaire, dominating the high school scene, couldn't dominate the college scene, being labeled by that moron Paul Pierce as, oh, top 50th player in the world. Really? So I guess, does he still matter being a top 50 player? It is amazing what people will say for views and to start a topic. Yeah, maybe he could dominate on the NBA landscape because nothing is really true until you see it. Nothing is really true until you know it. Nothing is really true until you prove it. There are so many championship teams on paper, Rams anybody, that never materialized. Portland Trail Blazers anybody, back when the Lakers were winning 3 in a row. So many coulda, so many shouldas, so many wouldas. The landscape is littered with them across America, over the world. And in that pile of waste, you will find, if you search long enough, if you Google the correct words right enough, you will find your 2019 Duke Blue Devils. You will find them buried amongst the litter, buried amongst the garbage, buried amongst the waste, the sludge and the drudge of the teams that could have, should have, would have won, but they didn't because they couldn't even make it to the Final Four. They couldn't even make it to be the Final 2 in the championship round. They get nothing for their hard-earned efforts. I would prefer if the band sticks together and come back for one more season, just the way I would like North Carolina. Bring the band back together for one more season so we could let the nation know who should truly be your champions. Well, not for this season. That would be for next season. Being hypothetical here. But the reality is that we have a new Final Four. I didn't come to praise thee, Duke. I came to bury thee. Thank you very much for tuning in. You know what to do. Subscribe, bell icon notifications, shout out IGTV family. We made it. We're all one and the same. Lex Anderson, signing out. Yes, we are the champions. Play my song.